2 miles from the Pennsylvania state line, at the base of a tree-covered hill, lies the small, oil-rich village of Limestone, New York. Our story begins in 1941 and revolves around two families who live and work in this small town, the Bickles and the Rothrocks. Specifically two brothers, Francis and Harry Bickle, and June Rothrock. This trio grew up together, attended the same high school, the same church, and both brothers worked as pumpers, walking the local oil lease in the hills surrounding Limestone. With World War II looming on the horizon, Francis, Harry's older unmarried brother, was recently called up into the U.S. Army. He is currently completing his basic training in North Carolina. Harry, the younger brother, was married to his high school sweetheart, June. Harry and June are busy raising their two toddlers, Donna and Katie.
June, I'm home. Where are the girls gone to?
And after your appearance here, Harry, a letter arrived from your brother Francis. It's postmarked Camp Davis, North Carolina.
Hi, kid. This sure is nuts. Spending the 4th at the beach. I got your letter yesterday. Glad to hear you got a raise. I got one also this month. This isn't such a bad place to live. The work is easy and they feed you good. And they don't fire you, so you don't have any worries. Does little Catherine still remember me? Now, if she's spoiled, it wouldn't be me that's done it. So Donna has some new teeth. Tell Kenneth I received 4 of his letters and I will answer them Sunday after we've gone to Jacksonville. And tell Mother I got her letter with that YMCA card in it. I have a new gun. That is about all we do at night, is clean it and learn how to handle it. You should see me marching around, posing for all the girls so they can take my picture. It sure is some fun. You'll have to call me Sir when we meet again. Break once in a while. Love, Frank.
3 years have passed. Francis is serving in the Panama Canal Zone, sent there shortly after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. He is currently back stateside at Camp Murphy, Florida. Harry has also now been drafted. He just left for his induction at Fort Dix, New Jersey, and then under 16 weeks of training at Camp Blanding in Florida.
Girls, we have letters.
My dearest Donna, Daddy is just fine. Tell Mother I got your kisses and they sure were good. I like your picture. I keep it on the wall with mothers and sisters. When I get home, we sure will eat a lot of ice cream. Tell Mother to send Daddy some envelopes. I'm running real low. I say a prayer every night for you, dear. Mother tells me you're getting along real good. You write to me in St. Marcy Dozens, won't you? And have Granddad go to church every Sunday. I know you're a good little girl. I love you, dear. Your Daddy. P.S. Say your prayers every day. Just for me, honey.
Dear Donna, how is my little girl? I hope you are getting enough ice cream. You still sing to Uncle Kenny when he comes in at night? Be a good girl and have Grandpa buy you lots of ice cream. Bye now, Uncle Fred.
Dear Daddy, we are good girls. I had an ice cream cone yesterday. I raked up leaves to play in. Donna.
Harry catches a moment to read a letter from his older brother, Kenneth.
Dear Harry, have a few minutes, so we'll write you a little note. Got a little letter from Fran. He's on the move. His post office now is in New York, so suppose that means he is going across. I don't imagine he liked it very well after spending 2 years in Panama. I was wishing the war would be over before either one of you fellows got sent across, but I don't know now. The Germans are putting up quite a stiff, but losing fight. Sure hope you can come home soon. Got my dear license tonight? Maybe I'll get one for me and you both. Signing off for now. Good luck. Your bro, Kenneth.
Francis is shipped out to Europe to fight in France. Harry has also shipped out and has been assigned to fight in the Battle of the Bulge campaign. It is November 1944.
Donna, the post came. Look, we have so many letters. Remember, your father's on a big ship, just like your Uncle Fran. Here's one for you, and one for Katie. She'll be thrilled once she's home from school. One from Grandpa Frank, Uncle Kenny, and one for me.
My darling little girl. Are you being Daddy's good girl? I bet you are. I wish I could hear you sing. Take good care of Grandfather, won't you? You have Mother send me some pictures. Now you get busy and write to me. Daddy loves you. My dearest June. June, I love you. I'm with the First Army. Everything is under control. I'm okay and I sure missed our Christmas. I keep thinking of you all day long. I haven't any mail yet. Well, dearest, right. I love you. Harry. Yes, little girls, Donna and Catherine.
Harry's dad, now widowed, sits reading the news from overseas from his youngest son, Harry.
Dear Dad, just a line to let you know I'm still thinking of you. I bet you are getting fat, aren't you? I hope you aren't working anymore. Just take things easy. This should be over before long. There isn't much I can write about over here. I spent Christmas and New Year's in a foxhole and ate my turkey there too. Well, Dad, I read the Bible all the time now, which I hope makes everyone feel better. Be sure you go to church and take the girls and June with you. I sure love that girl, and you tell her I do. Well, Dad, write as I like letters. Your son, Harry.
Kenneth stops by the homestead to pick up his letter from his kid brother, Harry.
Dear Kenneth, I haven't forgot about you. It is just as hard to write all the time. I'm an old man at this game now. A person learns more in 2 hours here than 17 weeks in the States. I have a bad cold, but I look for it to let loose. The snow is 2 feet deep here, but today is a nice day. The sun is shining. I have a carbine gun and it is sure dandy. So Dad quit. I don't blame him any. He should have did it long ago. A person finds out over here that money isn't anything. Well, Ken, I can't get Francis to write me so I can find out where he is. He can't be too far away from me. Got these letters from June yesterday. The first news I have had from home or anywhere. Well, Ken, write when you can. Your brother, Harry.
The holidays have come and gone. A record-setting cold has settled over Europe as the close of January 1945 draws near.
January 27th, 1945. My dearest Harry, we were having a beautiful day after our cold wave. It sure was chilly. We went to town yesterday afternoon for some groceries. We haven't been in for 3 weeks now, so it seemed pretty funny going into town. We had a letter from Lily, and Jack has been in the hospital for several weeks. He had an operation. He's home now, I guess. I had to get Catherine some new shoes, dear. She takes a 13 and a half now. Gee, but she is growing fast. Donna is too. The war news sounds real good, but I guess I won't get too excited over it. Something is liable to upset the apple cart. Sure wish I could see you soon, darling. Wouldn't that be grand? The day will come sometime anyway. I will wait. I love you, dearest. I love you, June.
Harry never received this letter. The following day, June's young husband, Army Private Harry L. Bickle, was killed in action on the very last day of the Battle of the Bulge. A month later, in mid-February, a courier from Western Union stopped at the Bickle household, only to find no one home. A neighbor saw this and found June to let her know. Later that evening, the courier returned, and surrounded by family, June learned of the death of her young husband, Harry. Mrs. June K. Bickle, Box 34, Limestone, New York.
Secretary of War desires me to express his deep regret. Stop. That your husband, Private First Class Harry L. Bickle, was killed in action. Stop. On 28 January in Belgium. Stop. Confirming letter follow. Stop.
Francis was still in Germany, fighting the war. He learned of the death of his brother Harry, and surmised that they were unknowingly only miles apart on that fateful day. Winter was breaking, and letters still came in from overseas.
Hello, June. I received your letter last week. We are still working pretty hard. Not much time off to do any playing around. From the way things look at the present moment, it won't be long until this is all over. It can't end any too soon for me. I hope I don't get sent to the Pacific, but I guess that's too much to hope for. You know, June, you have a couple of very nice children. I hope Dad doesn't spoil them too much, but that's what children are for, I guess. I can't figure out what Donna has talked over with me. I couldn't have anything to do with ice cream, could it? I suppose you know that you have the use of the old home, the homestead, as long as you ever want it. I want that to be the kids' home. It's the least I can do for them. So you will never have to worry about a home anyways. June, if there is anything I can do for you, just let me know, and you can be sure that it will be done. I know you are a good soldier, so I don't have any worrying about you. Just keep the chin up and everything will turn out all right. You still have the children to look after, and that's going to be a big job. Well, I'm going to get a little sleep. Write and tell me your troubles. That helps a lot sometimes. Forever, Francis.
Official letters began to arrive from the Army regarding Harry's death. One of them came from Colonel George A. Smith of the 18th Infantry, Harry's CO. In the letter he wrote, Harry was killed in action in Belgium. He was buried with an appropriate funeral service conducted by a Protestant chaplain. Your husband was an outstanding and capable young soldier whose untimely death is felt by all who knew and loved him. And in another letter that Harry's Army chaplain had sent to June, the chaplain wrote that at the time of Harry's death, he was an ammunition handler with his company, which had the mission of attacking an enemy-held position. As the company advanced into the attack, they were met with a sudden barrage of army artillery, and it was during that barrage that Harry was struck by fragments of a shell, which exploded right near him, causing his instant death. He was buried in an American military cemetery at Henry Chapelle, Belgium. As June and her young daughters started the long process of healing from the death of their husband and father, Francis was finally discharged from the Army in the fall of 1945. He returned to live in the Bickle household on Cemetery Street in Limestone. While he was gone fighting, his mother Cora had passed away. The war had taken quite a toll on these two families from a small town in southwestern New York. These families had sent 5 men off to war. 3 of the Bickle brothers had been drafted to serve in the U.S. Army. Harry was the only one not to return. June's 2 brother-in-laws were also drafted, and had recently made it back stateside. In the fall of 1947, the small town of Limestone, New York, turned out to memorialize Private First Class Harry L. Bickle outside the Limestone High School. Harry's body had been disinterred from the cemetery in Belgium and shipped home. On that day, the church bells tolled, and the local citizens were asked to display their flags and hashtag as Limestone's first war day to return home in World War II. 10 years after Francis Bickle was called to duty in the U.S. Army to serve in World War II, encouraged by his older sister Lillian to step up to right by his brother's widow, Francis and June were married in 1951 at the Limestone Methodist Church. They were married 32 years, and many stories were told about the day's adventures at work, As Francis arrived home, and would whistle a tune and waltz his wife around the kitchen table in Limestone, New York. Donna grows up, marries, and has 4 children of her own, and in real life becomes my grandmother. And I'm happy to report that she still enjoys a nice bowl of ice cream with me, my brother, my sister, and with all my cousins as well.
Why not? He's from the future. I feel like it's irrelevant.
Alright then. Alright, there. There we go. What do you think? From the future. I feel like this is irrelevant. Irrelevant.